We've been living full-time on the road for over 170 days, and we thought it's finally time to give you a glimpse into how we can afford this lifestyle. But first, coffee.
So to warn you guys, the answer to this question is not super sexy. We didn't hit it big with Bitcoin or win the lottery, unfortunately. We just put a plan in place and worked our asses off to get where we are today.
We've had a few people reach out and ask us how we can afford sustained travel like this. So we thought we'd share with you the 9 steps it took for us to get here. Where's here, you ask? We've been staying in the middle of the desert in Arizona for the past 6 days. So we thought we'd take you along for the day as we talk numbers with you. We've had our coffee and now we're gonna go for our walk. This has been truly our everyday life. We have been loving our walks out here. It's so cool. But back to our planning of this trip. It felt like we just had this crazy big dream and we couldn't figure out how to get there. We watched all these people on YouTube and it just felt so unattainable. So many nights of planning turn into tears, mostly by me.
So many.
So many tears. And so finally one night we broke down and we grabbed a piece of paper and we wrote down all the big and scary goals and we called it our van life roadmap.
Step 1 of our van life roadmap was to build up our personal savings. This isn't directly related to the van trip, it was more just a life goal. And something that you could use as an estimate is roughly 3 to 6 months of your reoccurring expenses, just to have that covered in case something happened. So that was step 1, and then we moved on to step 2.
We just finished lunch after our walk and now we're gonna sit down and get some work done. Cody is still running his full-time video production business straight from the van and we're both working so hard to get YouTube up and running. We're now really hopeful to start posting 2 times a week, fingers crossed. But YouTube is the hope for us to be able to sustain this living the van life lifestyle, and we could use some help. We could use you guys to subscribe and like and comment and perhaps watch old videos you haven't seen before on our channel. But back to our roadmap, steps 2 and 3 were to save enough money for our down payment for the van and the sales and excise tax, which was a little over $17,000. And it was really hard work to get there, but as soon as we had that money in hand, Cody was buying plane tickets to get down to Florida to buy our baby.
All right, work has been completed for the day. We just finished up our van life chore day and got that uploaded to YouTube. If you guys haven't seen that one, go ahead and click it up here. But yeah, van life roadmap, step 4 and 5, these were pretty fun ones. It was save up $1,500, which would cover the travel expenses to go get the van, so to buy the plane tickets, and then enough fuel to drive it from Florida to Maine. We ended up buying it in Ocala, Florida. So that was an easy one. After coming off the other steps, it was definitely one that we were looking forward to because it was so much smaller and easier to achieve. And I think that was important to our whole roadmap, was having kind of variable goals and how big they were. And then step 5, go get that van. It was so much fun to buy the van and drive it back. Once I got down there, I realized how much of a trip that was going to be to drive from Florida to Maine by myself, but everything went great, got it back, and then we move on to step 6. Something we've been loving to do is to get out on the one wheels at the end of a day, and Jill has been learning and crushing it. We learned on the beach when we were down in Corpus Christi, Texas, which is a good place to learn. Now we're out on these gravel roads, which are a little chunky with all the rocks, so definitely a little more difficult, but she's out here and she's crushing it.
All right, Cody is starting dinner. We are having tacos, to no surprise to anyone. But I'm gonna update you on steps 6 and 7. Step 6 was saving enough money to update our electrical system to solar power so we could have times like this living off grid. And step number 7 was saving enough to redo the entire interior to make this van a home.
Electrical was pretty expensive. We spent about $8,500 completely redoing the whole electrical system in the van. That was adding solar panels all along the roof. We added two 270 amp hour Battleborn batteries, a 3000 watt inverter, a solar charge controller, an air conditioner that will run on 12 volt power. So we really went hard on it, but we really knew that we wanted to do that so we could live like we are right now. We're completely off the grid. We don't have to run a generator. We don't even have the alternator charger hooked up. Literally the only way we charge this van is from the sun, and we love it. Plus, with the air conditioner, we knew if we were in a hot environment, we could leave Cliff in here. So that was super important to us. So that was a long step to save up for, but definitely worth it now. And then the other thing was saving up for interior upgrades. That was $6,500 because someone didn't like the color of the interior of the van and we were just gonna paint it white. Then we completely stripped out the whole inside of the van, re-insulated, did sound deadening, painted everything white, did tongue and groove boards. We really made it a home and we love that now. So yeah, long 2 steps, but worth it.
So worth it. I mean, look at the ceilings. They're so pretty. We fell in love with a restaurant in Tucson called Tumerico, and we were able to buy some of their jackfruit carnitas.
Yeah.
So that's what we're putting in our tacos tonight, and oh my gosh, it is heavenly.
So good.
We just finished dinner and now we're gonna head out, have a fire, and tell you about our final 2 steps on our roadmap. Step 8 was the step that felt like it took the absolute longest because we were so close yet still so far. This was for me to save $30,000 of spending money to take care of small bills and things like that without having to worry about any additional income at all.
And then for me, I run my own video production company, so I knew exactly how much that cost me per month to pay myself, to pay health insurance, to pay my accountant, all that kind of stuff. Took that number, times it by 12. And then step 9 was an important one. It was to save enough money to put the van loan payment on autopilot. It was about $400 a month, so times that by 12, we wanted to set aside about $5,000 so we wouldn't have to think about that at all. And then it was time to hit the road.
Now that we've gone in depth with these 9 steps, I think we should do a little long story short recap situation.
Let's see if I can remember these 9 steps off the top of my head. So step 1, build up your life savings. Roughly 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is what we chose to do. Get to wherever you guys feel comfortable. Step 2, save up for the down payment of the van. Step 3, save up for sales and excise tax. That way you don't have to roll that into your loan. Step 4, save up for travel expenses to go buy your van and bring it back to wherever you live. Step 5, go buy your van. Step 6, save up for any electrical upgrades, any of those big ticket items. Step 7, save up for any interior or exterior upgrades. Step 8, save up your spending money, however much you want to spend per month, times that thing by 12, or however long you want to be on the road, save up that amount of money. And step 9, save up enough money to put your van loan payment, if you have one, on autopilot. That way when you hit the road, you don't have to worry about it. I can tell you from experience, not having to worry about that stuff, you can just take a deep breath, enjoy the open road, and slow down a little bit. It has been absolutely amazing.
We so appreciate you guys for joining us during this video. We have this goal of being so honest with you guys throughout these travels, and we know we're absolutely crazy for saving this amount of money and doing this and having this lifestyle, but we are so happy to do it and we are so grateful for you guys. We can't wait to show you what we've been up to. We're hoping to post twice a week, so we will see you in just a couple days. Cheers, guys.
Peace.